March 31st, 2020. We're in the middle of a pandemic. People are panicking. It's crazy. It's like we're living in a movie and it's real life, like, yay! Master Naima here, and today's video is about feeling like shit and still getting rich. Feeling like shit and still getting rich. Feeling like shit and still getting rich. Listen, it is beyond, this is very much an accurate time to express that right now it is beyond. Unemployment is being filed like never before. Countries' borders are like many countries' borders are closed. There are hundreds of people dying every day with corona. This morning, I went to go get breakfast from my local place. They have plastic barriers between me and the cashier. It's like talking to somebody in jail when I go to get my groceries now. Everybody is wearing a mask everywhere I go. The only news on the news is Trump and Corona and how many more people died in Italy and what's happening in Wuhan now and how many people died in LA and how many new cases are now in other parts of the world and in the country, and how France just extended their lockdown to April 30th. Other places too. I think we just extended it here to April 30th. How Trump is impatient and wants to get people back to work. How the entrepreneurial people, so many people are closing their doors. And the bright side. Look, so I want to tell the truth about how ugly and grim and painful and scary and panicky it is right now for a lot of people, maybe even you. And what I know, so first of all, I just want to speak to the reality of that. Like, this shit is, for those of us who are not vigilant about what's going on in here, taking in what's happening on Facebook and talking to our friends, having our own problems, sick people. My hairstylist knows people who have died from corona. She's not even taking, she closed her salon. She's not taking house calls. Like, it's real, right? I saw a man in Brooklyn, outside of the Brooklyn hospital, doing a video of the bodies that are being put inside of there's so many bodies. They're putting bodies inside of a big, long truck, dead bodies of people who have died from corona. And he is terrified and the camera is shaking and he's telling everybody to pray, and you can hear the despair in his voice. I mean, it's just all over the place. And yet you have people like me and my clients and my peers and my colleagues who are vigilant about, one, telling the truth about what's going on right now, that this shit is mayhem. And this is the powerful paradox that many things can be true simultaneously and equally. You must learn, if you are going to get rich now, because remember, during the Depression, there were people who got rich. During the Depression, there were people who got rich. During our last recession in 2009, many people got rich. It was the ones who looked at what was going on and decided what game they were going to play. Now, is this hard? Yes, right? And some people might feel like, a part of me even has this kind of ill reaction to the word hard, right? And when you are fighting for your business, when you are fighting vigilantly, guarding your mind, because 500 more people just died. I had a client who was going to extend her contract and she said she's afraid and she doesn't want to spend money on coaching and she just suspended the contract. I had a webinar 3 days ago and 500 people registered, but only 5 people showed up. Somebody in my family is sick. My kids are home from school. You get all these fucks in a row, right? And still, because paradox is holding many things that are conflicting, seemingly conflicting, but true at the same time. So there's fuck, and I'm focusing on 5-figure clients. I'm positioning myself to be rich. I'm positioning myself to win. So there is the fight. There is a feeling like shit and there is the fight to get rich happening at the exact same time. This is what I encourage you to do. If you plan to be around come Christmas 2020, shit, if you plan to be around 30 days from today, 60 days, 90 days from today, and 10 fucking years from now, because here is something to think about. I did a video on Friday. I have a 30-day profit plan group going on, and I did a video in there. It was all about being vigilant about guarding the mind. And something that I realized is how bulletproof I am right now, and I will teach you to become bulletproof in crisis yourself. It is critical. Look around. The people who are collapsing because it's too much. For years, I have been vigilantly cultivating my mind, doing shadow work, increasing my capacity to be with things that are too much, increasing my capacity to be with terror, and teaching my clients to increase our capacity to do things that feel hard. So now here I am and my clients are today in the middle of an unprecedented pandemic and are bulletproof. Bulletproof. We see the same things everybody else is seeing. I just listed off all the things that I'm seeing in my Facebook feed, on CNN, on YouTube. There's no other news. There's no other news other than what's going on with Corona. Before I could find out about what's going on, with this country, what's going on with the households and the economies and things. Now, everything is Corona. Everything is Corona. And still, clients aren't rolling. You know why? Because we are standing vigilantly in guard of our minds. The decision has been made. The bottom line, period. The decision has been made. Corona ain't going nowhere. And it's getting worse before it gets better. So who are you going to be as it gets worse? So that as it does get better, people remember you as being the leader. As it does get better, the clients who are with you stay with you. So that as it does get better, you're stronger. And you're not like trying to grab yourself up off the ground because you were slugging, just collapsing all over the floor because of the intensity of these times. On April 20th, there's a link with this video. April 20th, I'm leading my free 90-minute Power with Money intensive. It's free, it's 90 minutes, it's Power with Money. I am teaching you how to increase your capacity to be with all that is too much, including Corona times right now. This also, here's why this is important for your money. Increasing your capacity to be with the sensation of large amounts of money, to be with the sensation of your own power, to be with the sensation of what happens inside of you as you're offering and standing in power in the face of Corona. And being like how one of my clients said yesterday during our group coaching call, she said to me, all of us, right? She said to me, Naima, when I asked her about her marketing last week, she was like, I didn't market well and I wasn't really out there making offers because I was concerned that people were going to be like, you greedy bitch, can't you see we're suffering? You greedy bitch, can't you see we're suffering? And I started cracking up and I paused the session and I had everybody take that in. You greedy bitch, can't you see we're suffering? Because that's stopping a lot of people from promoting their business and making 5-figure, 6-figure, 7-figure offers. Yeah, it's pandemonium right now. Yeah, there's a crisis right now. And who said that equals stop marketing? Business is business. Yes, there's regard for what's going on. Hell, I got feelings too. And leaders serve in the face of atrocity. Leaders serve in the face of atrocity. There are people, I had a hairstylist contact me yesterday saying that her salon has been closed down. She's always wanted to teach sexuality. How can she now take her desire for sexuality and convert that into a business? Or how can she take her beauty expertise and convert that into an online business? I had another woman contact me who she's here on the West Coast. Her family's on the East Coast. She's feeling the intensity because of the way they're affected and the way that she's not affected. She's feeling guilty. And now she wants to take her healing and therapy and convert it into a profitable business online. If I was one of those people who was like, I'm scared to offer right now because I don't want to be perceived as a greedy bitch, and now's not the time, and oh, it's so terrible, and the world is collapsing, and it's coming to an end. If I was like that, these women who are hungry for something different and better and higher and coming out powerfully, do you think they would have come to me? No, they would not have. And they did. Why? Because I vigilantly guard my mind, which is what I'm teaching you to do April 20th, which I'm teaching the capacity to be with big, high sensation, high emotion, high fear, all of that. The things that wipe most people out, that have so many entrepreneurs collapsing right now. So many of your competitors are collapsing right now. They're closing their doors. They're shrinking. Don't be that. Feel the fear. Feel the intensity, feel the sadness, feel the grieving, feel the despair, and still choose to get rich. Still choose to get rich. How do you do that? You guard your mind. You learn how to be with the fullness of it all. So you click the link with this video. I've been doing this for years. Like, to me, it's easy. So I'm making sure I'm mindful of the fact that there are people who are just coming into the game of vigilantly guarding their minds, or who are not as far ahead as me and my clients are. I'm bulletproof. And I don't say that from this Pollyanna, I need to be like the badass. Excuse me. I started this whole personal growth thing when I was like 23. I found out about the Dale Carnegies and the Jim Rohns and the Zig Ziglars and the Tony Robbins when I was 23 years old. I'm 41. I've been around a while, okay? Then getting into healthy relationship with money. Baby, listen, when you get good with this high sensation and this high power, then you get into healthy relationship with money and who you are as a leader, unfuckwittable. So I'm watching so many people collapse, and at the same time, I'm watching a shit ton of people rise. The cream always rise. I don't care what anybody says. You can get depressed and down, and you can be big, loud, confident. At the end of the day, the pressure pushes out the cream of the crop. The fire pushes out the cream of the crop. At the end of the day, you can pray, you can talk, you can write, you can have your sistership circle, you can talk shit, you can whoop-de-wop-de-whoop. At the end of the day, the pressure pushes out the diamonds. Will you be a diamond? Because the evidence will show itself 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, come Christmas 2020, come summer 2021. The evidence will show itself. So I can talk my talk because I walk my walk. Listen, and I want to help you do it. I'm going to help you do it. The link with this video, request to join Master Tribe, because my free 90-minute Power with Money intensive is happening for you. I got the goods for you, and I'm really happy to give it, because the fighting that I've done for years, I now get to transfer the gold of that, how to use it, how to cultivate it, and help you get rich, particularly right now, so that as time progresses, it gets easier and easier, and then you're bulletproof without really thinking about it. Now that's a movie. Bulletproof without really thinking about it. So I've had people like come in and go. I don't know why people are like that on my business page. I was on my personal wall yesterday. I had people commenting, engaging, and laughing. And here on my business page, it's a different thing. So I'm here every weekday this week at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, by the way. Every weekday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific this week. Lots of love. Mwah! See you tomorrow. Come inside Master Tribe. April 20th. It's happening.